Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Brett. Today we will be going over the install of the OutEquipPro 12-volt rooftop AC unit aboard our Ford Transit van. We actually did the install last night. Had some weather issues. Of course, we picked a insanely windy day with storms expected, so we were in a very limited window. So it is the next day. Today will be the day we give it a full test. It's beautiful out, it's hot. So yeah, we'll reverse back. I'll go through all of the install footage yesterday, walk you through that, kind of what we did to make it work. It's actually a very smooth process. Came with instructions, everything you need, and it turned out pretty good. So we'll go through all of that, jump back to today, and we'll give it a test and see how she performs. Alright guys, so here we are kicking things off with the unboxing of the unit. As you can tell, I'm doing a voiceover. The wind was unreal while we were doing this. Couldn't hear anything on the camera, so recorded everything and just thought I'd do a voiceover, walk you through what we did, kind of each step while I play the clips and go from there. So kicked it off with the unboxing, and then we went in and we cut the first hole out of my ceiling inside the van. Alright, so we got the trim piece with the board inside, full instruction packet. That was great to have. The mounting plate for the inside, as well as an extra gasket. We did not use that one. Your roof seal, the 2 bump stops that go behind the AC to give it some support, and then some extra foam for the inside to keep air trapped in. So the first step for us after unboxing was to actually cut the hole out of our van ceiling. Most people probably won't have a van ceiling in their van before they install the AC. We, however, when we put the power in and ran all the lighting, etc., we decided to start top to bottom just to make it a little easier, more functional for our motocross races that we were going to leading up to this. So we roughed in a ceiling. It's just an extra little step we had to do. Wasn't too big of a deal. We used the AC trim piece itself. I traced out the center of that so we had a perfect square to go off of. Cut that hole and then drilled 4 holes in each corner to help guide once we got on top of the roof and started to make the very scary cut in the roof of the van. So before jumping up on the roof to start making the cut, we decided to prep the AC fully so that it was ready once the gasket was in and we could get it up there as quick as possible before the rain came. We decided we didn't want to cut another hole or drill another hole to run the AC power through. And so I seen a couple of other videos actually from installs where they took the cover off the AC, rerouted the power cables through the unit itself, through the inside, so then that eliminates having to drill another hole in your roof. So I wanted to do it that way. So we decided to pop the cover off, reroute the cable. We drilled a little hole actually into the foam and just ran the cables right through that, through the inside, and it actually worked really, really well. I covered it with some heat tape just to seal off any little gap and keep that air trapped in as best as possible, and it actually worked out really, really well. So it's a little extra step that you would have to take, but to me, less holes in the van itself is worth that extra 15 minutes it took to do this. And then was the scariest part, cutting the actual hole in the van roof itself. I used blue masking tape and I put that over the 4 pilot holes that we drilled as our guide, and then I used a straight edge from hole to hole and traced out my cut line, and then inside we held a box up underneath, and my buddy held a box to catch any of the metal shards, debris, anything like that from getting all over the inside of the van. Helps with the cleanup tremendously. So once I had my cut line all the way around, we drilled a couple of pilot holes to get the jigsaw blade in, and then I just started tracing the line out very slowly. And then once that was actually cut out, I used a metal file and I filed down all the rough edges just to clean it up so there was nothing that could like tear the gasket or anything like that. Got that all cleaned up, and then I sprayed it with some primer just to keep from rusting in the future or having any issues with that. Next, it was time to put the gasket on. Now, the gasket from being inside the box was kind of stuck in one position, so having an extra set of hands was kind of nice for that. We cut it in half and then basically started it in the center and just followed the hole around. I did leave a little bit of a gap on the inside so that I could add sealant to that, just so I had double the amount of sealant possible to make sure there was no way water was going to get inside this thing. I used a basic sealant that I found at Menards. It was rain ready within 30 minutes and had a good temperature range. That was enough for me to be sold on it, considering I knew there was a storm coming and I needed this thing ready to not let water in as fast as possible. And it turned out really good. Once we got the gasket in place and all the sealant on, we gave that some time to dry for a little bit. Then it was time to get the AC up on the roof. Now, if you weren't sold on the 10,000 BTU cooling, 4,500 BTU heating, the fact that it's only 6 inches tall, so super low profile, and then being 12 volt and insanely low power draw, the fact that it's only 45 pounds and we were able to carry this up a ladder and put it on without any type of machinery, that was a huge bonus for us. Before setting the AC in place, I ran the power wire through the hole itself, got the AC in its spot, and then added the rubber supports to the back of it. Then we went down below and we ran the power wire through our ceiling, into the wall, and down to our power setup. Got the trim on, or the mounting plate on, trim piece on, the board, everything tight and in place so that we could turn this thing on. So here's the remote that the unit comes with. Very handy to have. You can check everything, adjust everything right from here wherever you're at. On the unit itself, power button, your temperature up and down, and then your fan settings as well. These are lights I will show you guys. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that in the daylight. And then obviously your 4 vents here that are adjustable. They spin, adjust each way very nicely. All right, so like I said, in the dash, about 94.8. That might fluctuate a little bit. Let's jump down here and turn my power on. And then let's jump up here. We'll hit the on button. It will kick on, and then we will change the mode on the remote to the AC setting, and then we're gonna set the temperature all the way down to 65. Which is on and rolling. Starting to blow cold. Alright, so I turned that down a little more. We're at 63. I adjusted the vents so they're kind of evenly dispersed. And yeah, we're gonna close this thing up and come back and check in about 15 minutes. Guys, it's been about 15 minutes. We are down 2 degrees so far. So, and I don't even have that on turbo. So, doing pretty solid. We'll let it run another 15-20 minutes and come back out. All right, it's been another 15 minutes or so. About another degree. And this, I mean, I picked the dash because the sun was just beaming on here, so I know this is definitely the hottest point in the van. Back there, it's probably way cooler, so I'll come back out again and we'll check back there. All right, guys, it's been about another 30 minutes or so. We're down to 87.3, so 7-8 degrees in roughly an hour. And I mean, this is also, like I said, definitely hottest part of the van. I didn't put this up till right before the test, so I'm sure back there's cooler. I'm gonna move this now, actually back there, find somewhere to put it, and we'll see what it reads back there. Been about 30 minutes, and right here is reading about 77, so definitely, I mean, it's been about an hour and a half, and it's down almost 20 degrees in here, from the dash right there, so super solid. Considering it's dropped in here 10 degrees, over 10 degrees in that time, and I don't even have it fully sealed up yet, and I wasn't even running it on turbo. Super happy with that. I am just plugged into my garage right now, so I'm not really paying attention to power draw or like draining my battery system, because I'm not planning to run it off grid, so that doesn't really matter to me. But as far as that, like, I can run this, run my TV, the outlets, no problems, lights as well, just off my 200 amp hour battery. For a while last night we did, and it turned out well, so more than happy with that. Overall, the install was great. Like I said, we did it in 3.5 hours or so, give or take. I still got to finish a couple little tidying things up a little bit, but overall, like I said, we've never done it before. Installed it in probably 3.5 hours in the middle of 30-mile-per-hour winds with the rainstorm coming, and it worked pretty well. So, and I think it's sealed well. I don't have any leaks in here, so that's positive. Was super nervous about that.